Well, I guess you'd have to go back a long time to determine why I actually got into Bear World. But having Disney locally didn't hurt anything, and especially because there were some companies around Orlando that were doing some developments of some talking bears. They needed someone to build a control system for it, so I volunteered. When they didn't pay me for the control system I built, I decided I was going to go into business myself.
Although his approach to life and work may be a little unusual, his success at both is nothing short of phenomenal. At 28, he's responsible for employing well over 200 people, and his corporation's income tops $20 million per year. With his research labs, studio, and factory located in Orlando, Florida, he's building his dreams so fast that the group of talented people he leads has to run just to keep up at times.
Well, this show that you see behind me has been in existence for about 12 years, and even though it's still running really well and gets a lot of good reviews, there's a lot of new technology that's been developed since then. We've had a lot of new ideas since then. So we just wanted to update it and have a new show that would take us into the 21st century. We still like the idea of 3 stages, and where we have the separate curtains for each stage. But the first change we wanted to make was like on the stages. The curtains, instead of opening and closing like standard curtains, now come up in Austrian style. You know, kind of a more regal look. And the stages themselves are revolving, so that one minute when a curtain opens you see one set, and the next minute you see a different set. So it's more entertaining, and you never know what's going to come out next when the curtain opens.
I know that she's no peasant.
Only ever has to give you love forever and forever. My love, don't give me
Turn me on when I get lonely. People tell me that she's only fooling. I know she isn't.
Well, we have this new patented technology called Dancetronics, and that gives them the illusion of dancing. It makes them actually look like they're dancing around the stages and talking with each other and having fun. We also incorporated a new technology, which of course some people consider multimedia, where we've integrated video with the show. And that gives us the ability to have all kinds of characters that we couldn't have on the stage before. And working in synchronization with the show movements and the audio and the video is something that we've just perfected. So this is the first time we could actually do it economically. The outside stages have 2 different sets on them. On one side of the stage, we have, for instance, on the left stage, we have Looney Bird on one side in his laboratory, and he's kind of a tech nerd bird. He's just sitting there doing experiments. He's got scopes and meters and voltage calibrators and everything that you might imagine in a lab. He's even got a cabinet full of chemicals that have apparently spilled and leaking down the wall. But that's Looney Bird. He's even built his own computer. You'll notice some simulated Looney Bird fur on the outside. And he's in his lab, he's doing a lot of educational stuff, like he's teaching people in one of our current shows how to gift wrap, which is really important if you expect to give gifts to someone. So Looney Bird's teaching you how to gift wrap. In future shows, we'll have Looney Bird teaching you things like how to build your own car. Looney Bird's got it made. He can explain anything from a technical standpoint. Then when that stage revolves around, we have Beach Bear on the other side, who just hoses down the works. I mean, he gets out there and croons like, well, let's see, if you took Little Richard and mixed him with some real good soul singers and popped in some mechanical animated characters, mixed it all together, you'd have Beach Bear. Move to the other side, and you've got we've got Duke on one side of the stage, who's a terrific crooner.
In the air there's a feeling of Christmas.
And on the other side, we have a TV set, a big Deco artistic TV set that we work into the show. That's where we have the other characters coming into the scenes, like Antioch the spider, who's the most in-shape creature on the face of the earth. And if you don't believe me, when you see the show, just look at the muscular definition in them legs.
My training coach, Coach Antioch here, who just happens to be the most in-shape creature on the face of the earth. He's my coach. Just look at the muscular definition in them legs. All right, Coach, all right.
Billy Bob does interviews with his brother, who's working in the rainforest. So eventually we hope to get into the issues of the day and bring some humor into it, too. And I really believe that someday when education and entertainment merge, that our characters will be on the forefront.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? in the lane.
One of the most important breakthroughs that we have in the new technology is the ability to position characters accurately and right on the beat, right on exact moments. So it looks like Fats is actually speaking to Beach Bear and that they're actually talking with each other. And when they're singing, they have the movements that actually depict exactly what they're saying. If Fats says, you know, the snow gets a little chillin', he can hunker down and hold himself tight, right on the right words. It's easy to address the question of maintenance, maintainability of the characters in every way, including the software that we would produce for the characters over time. One of the things that we've perfected over the last 12 years is the ability to come out with new shows constantly that are always intriguing, have a new element of surprise in them. And with the new set, that is with the new TV set that we've got on the stage and the way the characters can change themselves with respect to each other, we believe that we can come up with hundreds, maybe thousands of new shows for these characters that will always be entertaining. And if you don't believe us, just look at our history. In the last 12 years, we've produced a constant flow of shows to go on the classic Rock Afire explosion that have always amazed the audiences. One of the best things in my mind is that whenever we send a new show out to the restaurants that they performed in, all the employees of the restaurants gathered around to see the new show. And if they were jaded on it, or if we weren't coming out with new things every time, they wouldn't bother to do that. We always get comments, oh, we love the new show. We love the way Mitzi developed this new aspect of her character, and the way we found out something new about Duke we didn't know about before, and it was just funny. Of course, the smaller size characters and the smaller show in general allows us to put it in smaller restaurants. They're more approachable. Children love them more because they're smaller. They just look like you could hug them. You know, we've developed the show selector technology for our shows so that kids can come up and press a button and get any show that they want, any time that they want. And that's really increased the effectiveness of the show a lot because it's a step toward interactivity. Interactivity is the big thing that's going to be coming along with the characters in the future. Interactivity means that the people in the audience have something to do with the show. And when they come up and read the buttons and see the titles of the songs that we have and get to press the song they want, and Billy Bob comes out and says, okay, we're going to come out and do the show you picked in just a minute as soon as we figure out how to get some wires straightened out back here. You know, it really amazes the kids, and they love it. And then the characters come out and do the show. So now we've taken that show selector technology and put it on the video cassette. We've developed a way to search video cassettes quickly, efficiently, and accurately so that the kids, when they press the button, will get the same response. But now it'll also be incorporated with the video technology that we've developed to run the show. We're just so excited about the software that we're going to produce. We have about 100 shows in the works right now that'll run on that set. So I'm really focusing on that. That's what our customers are going to want first. Before we come out with any new technology, they're going to want us to use the technology we've developed. So for the next year or so, we'll be developing those shows. So you've got an endless supply of great shows to run on that technology. We do have a goal. Our goal is to put the show that we've just developed, the new Rock Afire Explosion, within the reach of every American child. And the reason is we believe it in and of itself is a good medium for entertainment. A lot of different kinds of entertainment and educational concepts. And we'd like the opportunity to really focus in on the software now. We've put a lot into the hardware. We'd like to work on the software and make it good enough to where every American child would love it, enjoy it, and learn from it. And we're not going to stop until we do.
Double inside, every single part of me will double inside, or triple inside, then triple inside.